Hi there once again. Welcome to Story Time with Mayor Glenn Johnson here in the city of Pullman, Washington. You know, Neill Public Library is such a great library that we have here, and unfortunately it's closed right now during this coronavirus. And so we want to make sure that you still can listen to some stories, have some story time. So we'll be doing that. But first, of course, before we do anything, we gotta wash our hands really carefully, right? So I've got this nice hand sanitizer spray, and we're gonna clean really good. And if you're at home, you make sure that you wash your hands for what? 20 seconds. You sing happy birthday to yourself twice. And you do that, and then you stay like 6 feet away from everybody, and we'll get through this all together, because we're making it, all right? Now we'll look at our books. This is called The Night Gardener by the Fan Brothers. William looked out his window to find a commotion on the street. He quickly dressed, ran downstairs, and raced out the door to discover, look at that! A wise owl had appeared overnight as if by magic. William spent the whole day staring at it out his window. And he continued to stare until it became too dark to see. That night he went to sleep with a sense of excitement. You see this? Cat's up on the top. The following morning, look what he saw in that tree. Now, is that a fox or is it a cat? William was not disappointed. Each day, William discovered a new topiary. Next, it was a friendly rabbit, followed by a pretty parakeet. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful, the tree? And then a playful elephant. With each new sculpture, the crowds grew and grew. Something was happening on Grimlock Lane. Something good. Look at that. The next day, William dashed out of his home, and there, followed by the crowds, only to find, look at that big rabbit up there. That is exciting to see each day, isn't it? Now, we're going to make sure that I didn't. There we go. The most magnificent masterpiece yet. Look at that. You call that a dragon? That's beautiful, isn't it? Look at the kids up there in the trees. Festivities continued long after the sun had set. As William was about to head home, he spotted someone unfamiliar with a ladder there. Could it be? Let's see him going into the park there, and there's William. The gentleman turned to William. There are so many trees in this park. I could use a little help. It was the night gardener. So under the light of the full moon, they worked deep into the night. Look at him up there, working in all those trees. And poor William finally fell asleep. William awoke to the sound of happy families walking by and a gift from the night gardener for William. It's a headship. The whole town had come out to admire the night gardener's and William's hard work. Look at there. Peacock and a giraffe. Rhino. Look at all the animals they carved out of the trees. Isn't that beautiful? Over time, the leaves changed. And that's sort of what happens in it. Fall had come. And then fell, until there was no evidence that the night gardener had ever been to Grimlock Lane. All the trees are bare now. But the people of the small town were never the same. And neither was William. And that's our story of the Night Gardener. Karma Wilson and Jane Chapman wrote this book. It's called The Bears Snores On. In a cave in the woods, in his deep, dark lair, through the long, cold winter, sleeps a great brown bear. Cuddled in a heap with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the day, he sleeps through the night. The cold wind howls, and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. An itty-bitty mouse pitter-pat tiptoes, creep-crawls in the cave from the fluff cold snow. Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dark, too dank. So he lights wee twigs with a small hot spark. The cold pip pops and the wind doesn't stop, but the bear snores on. Two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. "Ho, Mouse," says Hare, "long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. Mouse sips, wee serps, Hare burps, big burps, but the bear snores on. A badger scuttles by, sniff snuffs at the air. "I smell a yummy yums, perhaps we can share." "I brought honey nuts," Badger says with a grin. "Let's divvy them up, cozy down, and dig in." And they nibble and they munch with a chew chomp crunch, but the bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor, then a wren and a raven flutter in through the door. Mole mutters, "What a night, what a storm," twitters wren, and everybody clutters in the great bear's den. They tweet and they twitter, they chat and they chitter, but the bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Hare stokes the fire, mouse seasons stew, then a small pepper flex makes the bear shoo. He blows and he sneezes and the whole crowd freezes. And the bear wakes up. The bear gnarls and he snarls, the bear roars and he rumbles, the bear jumps and he stomps, bear growls and he grumbles. "You snuck in my lair, you've all had fun, but me, I was sleeping and I've had none." And he whimpers and he moans and he wails and he groans, and the bear blubbers on. Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret, don't fuss. Look, see, we can pop more corn, we can brew more tea." Bear gulps and he gobbles, he sighs with delights, and then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, Bear can't sleep. But his friends snore on. Thanks for joining us for Story Time with Mayor Glenn Johnson, the city of Pullman, Washington. We want you all to be safe during this time. Remember, we just stay home and stay healthy. And make sure you wash your hands and do it for like 20 seconds, or use hand sanitizer. Stay 6 feet apart from everybody, and we'll be safe and we'll get through this. And once again, I want to thank Rob Larson for all his help in putting this all together. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.